Let's go, let's go, let's go. You are officially in the Michigan Man Cave. Welcome to the Man Cave, your place for any and all things Michigan football. And man,
Lions amongst lambs.
and man, we've been gone for only 1 week of bye week. And Lord has the football world flipped upside down, to say the least. Hey, everybody and their mama got our name in their mouth.
Great marketing plan, man. Great marketing. That's just genius.
B, you change your background up there, man. Talk to us. What you got going on behind you?
Hey, man, we're lions amongst lambs, dog. We in a league of our own, and they trying to take us out. You know what I'm saying? The biggest prey on the Serengeti. Everybody want to hunt a lion, man. This is the king of the jungle. Be the king of the Big Ten.
Cold world, cold world.
Man, it seems like what do they say? When it rains, it pours. They're trying to, hey man, the whole world's trying to kick us while we're down. I don't even want to say while we're down, but
Yep.
I ain't seen nothing yet.
Hey,
go ahead, King.
Jigga Kelly, not guilty. These fools can't touch me.
Hey man, it
I
sounds
just
like,
heard a lot of allegations, man. That's all. A lot of allegations. A lot of speculations. A
hey,
lot of hearsay and opinions.
last I knew, nobody ever got convicted off allegations or speculations. So obviously,
Glove don't fit. You must acquit.
I was just about to say, even OJ got off. Like, come on now.
so we'll get after this, all of this, we'll get to Michigan State. We haven't seen y'all since that game. We were in no rush to get back after that because I mean, we all saw how that went down.
The score said everything we needed to say.
Yep. And I do believe, just a quick sidebar before we talk about that, they were running to the sideline for each play, like high school. So they weren't even throwing in signals. And that was arguably our best game to date. But I'll digress from that for now.
Let me correct you real quick, Train. Even high school got you got microphones in the helmets now.
Some of them.
We're gonna get to all of that. We're gonna get to all of that.
I see homework has been done.
Oh, hey. And not because I wanted to just go out and research for hours, just because every single hater in my Rolodex has been blowing my line down.
Ain't
Daily.
heard from them until just a week ago.
Ain't heard from them.
And, I think the important thing with all of this is, and I hate to sound political, but, waiting for everything to come out, right? But it's also important to know narrative matters, dog. Like this last few weeks, I've seen narrative matters. Like talking heads, whoever is spinning things a certain way, and all that good stuff. It's almost like one thing gets legs, and it just takes off. Like even not speaking directly to just this sign stealing investigation. So, and I'm not even saying we didn't do it, right? I'm not even saying they didn't do it, but my overall take on it is the egregiousness, if that's a word, how egregious it is. I think that's the part that's just done got overblown to another level of what advantage that actually gives you in the actual game, right?
Yeah.
So for me, and B, you played college football as well, and it seems like the less, and I hate to sound like one of them guys that you can't have an opinion if you didn't play, because I don't feel that way, but I feel like a lot of people that actually played the game look to the sideline for signals. I did it on defense. B, you did it on offense. Is knows that it's a lot that goes into that, right? So that's just my overall take on it. Do I think he was doing some mess? Absolutely. Now, I don't know Harbaugh's involvement, right? I don't know how much he knew. Yeah, okay, yes, the guy was on the sideline. Do I think he knew that he went to extreme measures of going on other people's sideline with spy glasses. I doubt he knew that or would tell him to do that, because that would be just ignorantly stupid, right?
Right.
But I guess for me, the overall point is I don't want to win like them comparing it to Spygate, bro, having practice.
Right.
That's two totally different things, dog. That's
Totally
way
different.
off base.
But they're saying this again. You'll go and see.
Yes, it is. That's what they're trying to
Yeah,
say.
yeah. So I'm not saying that we didn't do anything wrong. Let me say that now, because I can hear the comments already. Did we do something wrong? Yeah. Do I think it's as egregious as they're making it seem? Like we had everybody's practices and playbooks is how they're making it sound. So that's just surface level. I'll defer to y'all just for this is court, man. Apparently opening statements. B, what you got, man? That's my overall take on it. I obviously I'm not stupid. I can cop to the fact that yeah, we was doing that. But the egregiousness of it, I don't think it's to the level of they're talking about the death penalty, bro. I'm like, y'all is out of bounds with this type of talk. So hey, that's opening statement. Facts are yet to come.
I would agree, Train. It's the egregiousness of what people are saying the penalty should be and how effective, like knowing somebody's signals makes your team on the field. Also, it's like two different conversations. The national media and, like you said, people that have played football around the game, they're kind of like, sign stealing ain't really that. But our competitors are like, oh no, this is the only reason they're winning. And they've just gotten good over these last 2 years. Like, we haven't been building this team for the past 3 years around JJ, and now he's comfortable in it. And that's manifesting itself out on the football field. It's just like I talked to this, my boy is an Ohio State fan, and he's just like, oh, y'all just got good the last 2 years. I'm like,
it's also the best quarterback we've had ever since Harbaugh.
I send them the history like of Ohio State versus Michigan. You know what I'm saying? Records. It goes up and down. Like, but he's only been alive for the past 20 years. So he's just like, no, Ohio State has been just dominating y'all. I'm like, that can't be true because we lead the all-time record. I mean, we're winning in the all-time series. And I'm like, before I sent him like
in the 90s when we
the
were
80s, the 90s, I sent him that when I was watching. And I'm like, he told me, no, you got to discount that because I wasn't alive. I'm like, but you're just moving the needle to where it fits your narrative. So it's just like our competitors
narrative matters.
They have blinders on to what's going on. But my understanding of the sign stealing, that's not even really the issue. The rule that we violated is that you can't have other people at the game scouting your future opponent. Which, if he was doing that, yeah, we broke that rule. But again, at a game, like I just don't. The people are gonna be cheering. Whatever you're filming, it's just gonna be so like too like because even like when we watch film, practice film and stuff like that, the sound is off. You just see the plays on the field. It's gonna be too distracting for that film to give you anything that you could use. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And the sign stealing, the people saying it was sign stealing, I'm like, all right, you have a sign that everybody's seeing. Like he sent me this Ohio State video when Stroud looked to the sideline and then Michigan started jumping up and down. I'm like, everybody's seen it. You know what I'm saying? And then they can make an educated guess to what it means. You know what I mean? But even then, when he gets under center, my quarterback would be like, all right, defense would switch. He'd switch the play again. You know, it's a chess match. That's always been football or any sport. You know what I'm saying? Not just football. So, like you said, the egregiousness and the level to which they think like, oh, they knew the signs of another team. We had the conversation. If they change their signs like the day before the game, which if you think somebody has you're screwed. You never coach to your other team. You always play to your player's strength. Then that's always what I've been taught. You know what I'm saying? We're not looking to do it to mold ourselves in the way the other team is. We're playing to our strength. And JJ's the best quarterback in the nation, and that's why we're winning.
They ain't said that. I haven't heard that.
His efficiency, his consistency. I mean, he's not turning the ball over. That's the reason why we're winning.
Yeah.
But, it's our competitors, so that's why I keep one ear shut. But that's my opening statement.
Hey, I like where your head's at, man.
I like the point y'all made. Great opening statements on both sides. My take on it is, like you said, there may have been some rules that were violated. And does Harbaugh know about it? I'm gonna say no. You got rogue people in a lot of different companies that do stuff on their own that get canceled or get fired, or you know what I'm saying? They say wild stuff, get fired, or nowadays you get canceled or whatever. But everybody has video of everything. Is my point. Like fans are filming the whole game pretty much. TV got multiple angles. They got cameras on the field moving with the play. So it's like, if we did something that gave us an advantage, I could see us, you know what I'm saying, getting sanctioned or whatever.
Yeah, I don't want it. Yeah, but this to me isn't the end all to be all. Continue though. I'm agreeing with you, King.
To Bowie's point, like the situation with like if we did do something wrong, you know what I'm saying, or we did do something wrong, we get our punishment for it. But we didn't have an advantage over it in the 2 years that y'all just got good in the last 2 years. It takes time to build up a program. Like when Alabama was horrible, like when Sean Alexander was there, you know what I'm saying, back in those days. I think it was probably the 90s when we were good. They weren't as good as
before Saban came back.
It took them some time to get to where they're at. You know what I'm saying? And now they've been on top and they stayed on top. If anything, teams that win like that should be looked at more than we are. We've been losing, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we haven't been winning. Like, we get to the big game, Georgia last couple of years, TCU, and we lose. So when did this start, and how has it helped us, or how has it affected us, whether good or bad is my question. But to say we just got good over the last 2 years, like, we've been on the cusp of getting better. Like, we just missed we were missing a quarterback. We were missing a quarterback since I can't remember our first quarterback, 2015. What was his name, bro? Rudock. He was solid, decent.
He was solid, but he wasn't shit.
That's what I'm saying. But he wasn't a number one quarterback, a starting future NFL draft pick quarterback. That's all we needed, bro. We had everything around us, defense, whatever. And just to say that we got better over the last 2 years because we went to the playoffs and got beat the last 2 years is like, how are we a different team if we still get to a big game and we lose? You know what I'm saying? We still haven't won a championship.
We won our bowl game back then.
If we had an advantage, I'll take my punishment, whatever. But y'all talking about this, like you said, this death penalty and all the egregiousness. Oh, they cheated so badly. Like, come on, man. I know teams that's killing people with vehicles. Bruh. I ain't gonna say no damn names.
Hey, my bad, Kenny.
No, I'm good. I'm done. I caught myself. I was about to start rambling, man, because you know it hurts. You know.
Yeah, man, and I mean, there's agreed to everything that you say. Again, I like to say narrative matters, right? They say we're only good because we stole the signs, and they said it started 3 years ago, which our Georgia loss came within that window. So what happened?
He was at that game,
right? We were there. Why didn't we? The signals didn't help us there at all, you know. So
we didn't have the athletes to fuck with them.
It seems the signals only help us in the Big Ten.
Yeah,
I don't understand the narrative.
Yeah, and not to mention on what King said, it's like, oh, y'all just got good. It's like, no, we were a bad spot, a bad JT was short spot away from going to the playoffs. Then with Peppers and them with Spate as our QB. It's like, come on, man. He's not even the same.
Where's he at now?
Right. The same galaxy as JJ. So it's like,
with all the stuff that happened in the TCU game, I mean, we got a touchdown taken away. We gave them touchdowns. We lost by 6, but that Ronnie Bell touchdown didn't count where his butt is in the end zone. You know what I mean?
Roman.
Like,
Roman.
Oh, yeah. Roman, my bad. It's just like, how can you sit up there and say that?
Game of inches, but y'all want to talk about some signs.
Man, it's crazy. It's crazy out here in these streets.
So, again, I want to get a few things across here. We can say we were wrong in doing it, But you can also say confidently, like, stop with the egregiousness because everybody's doing it. The issue is we got caught, right? We can say both things. Yes, we were wrong. But two, if you really think we're the only ones doing it, give me a break, right? That's the part that's killing me. So it's like you're holier than thou, but they said, okay, let's hire a PI firm to go really dig deep into how they doing to us, to every program's like, all right, we about to get all the dirty secrets out. Bro, it's no doubt in my mind that pretty much every Power 5 team got some stuff going on. Now, where he was dumb as hell was the way he went about it, buying them in his own name, doing all that. Like, there's even been coaches coming out saying, like, that was dumb as hell. You do it. Just be more slick about it. Go ahead, King.
That's why I think he was on some wild shit. You know what I'm saying? On some rogue shit. Because if you are doing that under the guise of Michigan football or whatever, you're the head coach.
He gonna tell you, like, don't be stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, it would go without saying, you know what I mean? Like, got you, fam. Purchase them joints, you know what I'm saying? However you got to do it, whatever. But that's my thing. Like,
I got a Cash App card. Go get one of them joints. Like,
but they said dude got a manifesto on how he was like wanted to be the head coach of Michigan football, and like it's some weird shit. Like
crazy, bro. I think
like, y'all see this dude, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you make bro. Murderers and serial killers make manifestos, man.
600 pages.
Bro, he has at the end of the day, he got a career that you know what I'm saying, he's trying to build. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to.
He even broke it down to he wanted to coach at Army or like one of the service schools because
he was in the service, right?
Yeah, because I think Saban and somebody else, another good coach they came from that, you know what I'm saying, the service schools, like, you know what I'm saying? So he wanted that type of pedigree when he become a head coach, like.
Yeah, and I mean, just to so what I think probably did happen is maybe they did tell him to go out and like, all right, go do some recon, and he just was like, oh, coach. Obviously, he's kind of obsessed with Michigan football. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, oh, coach wanted me to do that. He's probably up at like 4 a.m. drinking Mountain Dews, like scouring his computer, like, oh my God, how can I? And then he just went more rogue. Like, if that is him on the sideline of that Central Michigan versus Michigan State game, like they said, which I still don't know if it really is him. If it is, there's no way in hell I'm buying that Harbaugh said, yeah, go do that. I have a hard time.
Here, go right here. I gotta talk real quick just so they can see it, but that's the picture.
Bro, and nowadays shit can be doctored. There's gotta be whoever's investigating got to come out and be like, all right, we know for sure that that's him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
furthermore, how do you get on the sideline, bro?
Without a pass? Nothing. Like, yeah, you gotta have credentials to get down there, dog.
And he's just chilling on the sideline with Minnesota gear on, like looking like a somebody ain't supposed to be there with them glasses on. Like,
yeah,
it's daytime. I mean, it's nighttime. You got on sunglasses in the state. Like, I don't know, dog. It's just crazy. The whole story's crazy.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, at the end of the day, dog, they out for blood on us. It's obvious and clear that that's happening. So I do want to. So let me get back to this. We're saying, you know, I feel like saying everybody does it is people trying to say you're trying to get out of what you're
right.
You know what I'm saying? And I promise, bro, I'm really not. And all the things I've been listening to is like, this coach said it's egregious, that coach said it's egregious. But then I'm like doing more and more looking, and I'm seeing like more coaches say that's cap. Everybody doing it. Seeing coaches saying like, if you blaming that as the reason why you lost, you're you know, like
even Urban Meyer said he was skeptical of it. You know what I'm saying? Because he doesn't trust reporters because they report wrong stuff too. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gets something wrong. Nobody's perfect, but
they want to be first. They don't necessarily want the facts. They want to be the person that reported it first.
Yeah, you
got whose name they tarnish.
I ain't even really listening to nothing. I'm gonna wait till the investigation's over.
And they're saying like they're just saying everybody's throwing everything at us right now. They're like how they said, oh, Harbaugh's contract was rescinded and his attorney was in Ann Arbor and all this stuff. And his attorney said, I ain't been. He came out with a statement and said, I ain't been in Ann Arbor in months. He was
Right.
like, so it's just like so much coming from everywhere now. It's like
Fake news.
and then they try to recant and say, "Oh, well, we just meant there was a meeting," and it's like, no,
Right.
Don't mean nothing. Report what you know, motherfucker. Like you don't gotta mean something. Like I meant
the whole thing with the our former offensive coordinator, like all the FBI's joined the investigation. And it's got like 2 small little paragraphs with no information when like they just joined the investigation because it's like a federal crime to get somebody's emails. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not actively pursuing them and shit. It's just like, but they throwing stuff at the wall just to see if it sticks. It's like, man, it's just ridiculous.
yeah. So, we're Michigan bias fans, so whatever. But I just want to share a couple things with y'all. Let me hear this.
There's a few interesting thoughts to this. The first being is how far up does it go?
All right.
As the NCAA does
Brady Quinn.
Why would you think?
We're not going to play it all, but, this is him again.
Think then that he's going to use his name and be so, I guess, putting himself at risk or out there like that, knowing what he was doing was illegal. The whole thing seems really fishy. Every little piece of it. And I know there's probably Ohio State fans that are like, oh, it's Michigan. They cheated. It's like, well, be careful. Be careful now. All right. I'm just telling you, a lot of coaches that I've talked to don't want to talk about it or make any public accusations for a reason.
Because for a reason. Doing it.
And anyone who's out there that says, oh, this doesn't go on, it's just Michigan, they're lying to you or they're ignorant to how the game of football is today, at least at the college level.
So, again, if we want to start cherry picking, you know what I'm saying? It's like narrative matters, but that's not plastered everywhere, and that's not me saying everybody's doing it. Hold on a second. Hold the line.
You got receipts.
So here's a big ESPN article that dropped last week. Right now, up above this, it does say there's coaches that were saying this is the most egregious thing ever. So I'm not just trying to cherry pick the parts we are.
I bet you them coaches' team, they sorry.
Yeah. Look at this right here, though. Can y'all see my screenshot still?
It ain't up yet.
Oh, okay, my bad. Let me pull this screen back up. All right, we good?
Yep. Yeah, we can see it.
All right, here we see another bit. So they're saying this guy saying if they're sending that's BS, then they should catch hell. But another coach says, asked what the big deal was. He says between the TV broadcast, coaches taping what fans film with their phones and post online, coach said there's more than enough footage accessible without ever leaving the office. Anything that happens in the public eye hasn't gone too far. To be honest, I can watch TV copy 2 or 3 games and get everything I need.
This is the article I read.
Come on. Sign stealing, whether legal or illegal, is incredibly rampant in the business. This is Ohio State's defensive coordinator is saying this. Jim Knowles told ESPN estimates 75% of teams do it in some form, right? And as you go down here, Barry, this guy, he used to be a coach. He said, I don't think it's okay. Let me keep going down. It's not what I wanted. I'm going to admit this, said Barry, who was last the head coach of Louisiana Monroe. I would have fans that would go to opponents' games and film their sidelines and film just on their phones, their smartphones, and would send me that stuff. But I didn't look at it. Barry said, you can call all coaches paranoid. But I will tell you this, anybody that denies it and says, oh, nobody's doing that, that's ridiculous. Silly to even think that.
He said I didn't look at it.
Again, am I saying it's right? No. I'm saying stop acting like we've killed Mother Teresa.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? This is the part that's egregious. To me, that's the egregious part.
Can I say something, Train?
Go ahead, bro.
I said that exact same thing to my homie who's the Ohio State fan. I'm like, bro, 80,000 people in the stands can film. I was like, if I'm one of them, I'm a Michigan fan, and I'm at an opponent's future game, I'm down there filming, and I send it to Michigan. I'm like, how is that different from what old boy did? He said, because he's staff. I'm like, so you really putting the emphasis on just because he's staff? Like, that makes no sense, bro.
Hey, B, and they said it's not illegal if somebody else does it. Like, it's a Bible, but it's not, you ain't about to get in trouble if Joe Blow goes and does it.
That's exactly what I told him. I'm like, so what's the difference? It's just because I'm not staff, dog. Like, this isn't information we're getting that we can't get anywhere else. Like, we're not getting an advantage, like King said. I'm just like it, and I want to get this, make sure that this is my understanding, and this is the rule that I read. Sign stealing is not illegal. It's frowned upon. That's not even the infraction. The infraction is the dude went to games of opponents we played in the future. That's the rule in the NCAA rulebook that they're investigating has been broken. This sign stealing, you can do that. It's not illegal. It's frowned upon, but you can't, like you said, Train, you can't send people to people's practice. I don't agree. I agree with that. You know what I'm saying? If he was at somebody practice filming, that's a violation.
I'll fall on the sword, bro. I'll be like,
right.
We did too much. That's straight up. But
that's cheating. To me, that's cheating. What this sign stealing, I'm gonna stop calling it sign stealing.
Right.
This sign collecting.
This
we were
is
collecting
scouting.
signs. This sign collecting, that's not illegal.
Sign recon.
Like the article said, everybody's doing it.
Yeah. And to me, dog,
crazy,
the other thing that's crazy to me is, all right, we're talking about $1 billion industry, right? Literally, this is $1 billion industry. I can't get past the part that something that's so sacred and divine and protected, that's $1 billion industry, yet I could send fucking Beetlejuice to go record this. And he could get this information that could get your coach fired, sink your entire program, turn it to a 2-10 program. Is that sacred, but is that accessible? How egregious can it be?
Right.
Seriously, think about if you ran a company that was $1 billion company and somebody could tank all your stock by just coming and filming from the sidewalk. You would protect that if it was that cheap.
They got their secret recipe online just for everybody to see that shit.
Yeah. So if they say, "Oh, that's the reason why y'all won," come on, man. Like that's crazy. So, B, did you want to add something?
Keen alluded to it earlier. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna go back dry snitching. Do my best at Charleston White impression. The team of the state we live in, all the stuff that's going down with the speeding, I've already been through it, all that stuff. Everything that's going down with them. They have been covering this story more than they covered the Mel Tucker story this year, dog. We have been on every front page. We've been everywhere. And that was signed, sealed, delivered. Michigan State had been hiding that since December. They didn't tell nobody. They knew it was going on.
That shit did come and go real quick.
Hey, but it
ain't been nowhere.
But you can't say that because you're trying to deflect. That's what, you know what I'm saying? It's like, but these are facts.
Exactly. Like, I don't understand how nobody's getting any coverage, but if if you at Michigan, a cheeseburger gets 8, we gonna know, the NCAA is gonna know about it, and we investigate this sign stealing thing in the middle of the season. Again, I believe Jim Harbaugh may have had a fling with somebody's wife in the NCAA when he was back, you know what I'm saying, when he was playing, because it just seems like the NCAA has us under a microscope all the time and nobody else. Again, Train, like you said, if you say that part, they just start saying, "Oh, no, you just know you cheating." You can't even have an argument with anybody.
Do y'all think this is because Jim Harbaugh's our coach?
I do.
Hey, I'm about to get to that. Matter of fact, let's go here now. And to say that, oh, y'all trying to deflect there, y'all calling it a witch hunt. No, y'all was cheating. Okay, so let's let me see if I can get this pulled up real quick because I want to be clear. This isn't
these old State fans are talking about cancel the game, dog. They want to cancel the game, bro. I'm like, that's crazy.
All right, so keep in mind, remember back when the reason Harbaugh got suspended, the whole illegal recruiting, he bought the cheeseburgers and all that, right? So that's why Harbaugh ended up doing 3 games, self-imposed. But again, self-imposed is the key word there because we didn't accept what the NCAA had. He basically told them F off. Remember, he said, "I don't recall," and basically, "I ain't answering your questions. We're gonna do a self-imposed." They've had a hard on.
Last time I checked, Train, cheaters don't self-impose suspensions on themselves. Just throwing that out there.
Bruh. So anyways, this is talking about back then. This was written August 11th. So this is long before any of this came, and they said they're after Harbaugh. This is after the news broke, Michigan issued a following statement. We're unable to comment as this is still an ongoing case. Meanwhile, Harbaugh said nothing publicly, and his attorney stated at this time we're not allowed to comment, blah, 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 blah. However, the NCAA did send out a statement basically saying this is related to impermissible off-campus, blah, 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 not a cheeseburger, right? So then we're saying, wait a minute. So we can make statements? And even on here, it's saying pursuant to the NCAA's internal operating procedures and under the threat of penalties, Michigan, blah, 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 they're not uttering a word about this case. Yet the NCAA can issue a public statement putting its own spin on the case. It's like, so that there is like unprofessional by the NCAA trying to really come for Harbaugh. Like, we can't say nothing.
Can't defend yourself publicly.
It's an ongoing matter, but we'll come out and put our own spin on the case. Like that shows there to me, again, I'm not saying we didn't do nothing wrong, but I'm wondering if they have a hard on for Harbaugh. It's like, oh, not only are we coming for y'all, we gonna try to bury y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's the D-measuring contest at this point.
Right.
I fully believe that.
Most hated, never faded.
We all know Harbaugh's not the most likable guy.
Facts. And he basically told the NCAA piss off when they came around earlier. So now they got this, and it's somebody tipped off a firm to go investigate and all this, and it's like, bro, they said, all right, how about everybody start paying internal, private detectives to go find every piece of dirt you can on X program. Guarantee they gonna come back with something, bro.
Let's look into Nick Saban's Mercedes-Benz dealership and how many he loaning out.
Which brings me to my next point. Thank you, King.
Got you, fam. Got you.
Working together.
Which brings me to my next point. All right, so they're saying that this was, the narrative is this was a extreme advantage for Michigan, right? That's what the problem is. We're in 2023 and 2022, I believe, was the first year of NIL, right? So nowadays, if you have a bag, now they'll say everybody can do NIL, which is true. I'll agree to that. But I think it's also evident and obvious that the big money programs got more bags to spend, especially if you're for NIL. Yeah. So we all can do it, but I'd call that a significant advantage to a program that has the bag, right? It's clear and obvious that if you got money to pay folks, see Exhibit D. Let me get this pulled up right quick. Here we go.
Take that shit to trial. Take that shit to trial.
I mean, it's the Deion. That's why the Deion Sanders effect is so prevalent to them schools that, don't got the bag like that to dish out to their football programs. You know what I'm saying? If we could get a coach and his cachet is big enough to bring those 4- and 5-star kids through, that's a game changer for programs like that.
So here we see, this was last year, Jordan Addison. We all know him, played for the Vikings.
Yeah, balling out too.
Pitt Panthers, right? He's in the transfer portal last year. And the Biletnikoff winner, the absolute best receiver in college football, right? The next year, USC says, what are they saying? Addison is the set to receive. He's set to receive nearly 3. And look at the other people that's going after
Texas
him.
and Bama.
USC, Texas, Alabama. And if he picks USC, they're saying he's slated nearly $3 million NIL deal.
Throw that bag at him. Throw that bag.
It says if he goes to South Carolina. Oh, okay.
Yeah, USC, right? Where did Addison play after he transferred? He decided to go to USC. So, not saying sign stealing isn't breaking the rules. What's much more of an advantage? I can poach the absolute best players. Don't tell me everybody can do it. On paper, they can. They'll say, yeah, you can give Addison $3 million. I'm Pitt. Pitt ain't got nobody coughing up $3 million for that program.
Breaking their bank.
So again, what's more of an advantage? This having this at your fingertips to be able to cash out, to pull the best receiver in college football from their team to your team, or sign stealing at a game where Beetlejuice can fucking see it.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there now.
So again, are they throwing bricks at us? But it's like, bro, this is much bigger fish to fry if you want to talk competitive advantage
Yep.
college football. Yet we're talking the death penalty.
That's people. That's our competitors, bro. I ain't even listening to that.
Mic drop. Mic drop.
The death penalty has been handed out one time in college football history, and that was because of what you just pointed out, Train. They were throwing dough at players. They were actually giving houses, cars. You know what I'm saying? They were giving actual money to players. That's the only time the death penalty has been enacted. So that is so much of a reach. I'm not even worried about that.
Right. But I'm saying if you're a coach right now, Keen, and I come to you and say, hey, guess what? Let's go back to Pitt. Hey, you're Pitt. I can give you a video of a cell phone at an opponent's game with their signs, or unlimited bag to go get the best players out there in the transfer portal, even not in the transfer portal. They're saying it's tampering going all through there before he enters the transfer portal. It's back channels happening. Believe that.
Oh yeah.
They have to talk to him. They have to gauge where he's at.
They got a phone man.
Would you say give me the signs, or give me the unlimited bag to go get the best damn players I want to? Again, not saying what we did is right. Way bigger fish to fry if we're talking competitive advantage. Don't act holier than thou now that, oh, we got this advantage. No, that's a damn advantage. Go ahead, B.
I'm just saying, give me the bag. I'll take you got to take the bag. I mean, that's the point of you being one of these Power 5 programs, is you got more money than these cats. And the NCAA is trying to say, oh, we're trying to level the playing field. It's like, that's not life. That's not real. They don't, nowhere in life is the playing field going to be leveled for you and to make it fair. Like, rich people got to pay more taxes than people that don't make as much money. You know, I mean, like, if you got dough, you can afford more things. Like, don't
unless you Amish or some shit like that.
Don't try to sell me that bill of goods when, Train, like you pointed out, this is $1 billion industry. Like, money is the driving force of everything in that industry. So don't give me that. Like, our conference, we're gonna be flying across the country now that the NIL deal is enacted. We're gonna be playing games in California because they are part of the Big Ten now. So don't tell me money ain't got nothing to do with it, because that they want to drive revenue, and that brings more revenue. So it's all bullshit.
I'm saying, don't try to act like you're making an even playing field for all when that's allowed.
Right.
Stop,
definitely not the case.
Stop, fam. So I mean, we could probably talk about this all
hours,
damn
until
night.
we get swamp ass.
Yeah. So I mean that's where I'm at with it. I mean, we'll see what involvement our coaching staff had, but at the end of the day, dog, like I really don't know if there was one more video I wanted to show. It was talking about again, and I can't say the things I really feel because it always says you're trying to deflect. I was saying, yo, if you know, again, B, you own this industry, you know that's a way people could possibly bring you down is recording.
Right.
Ain't you gonna put safeguards in it? You're not gonna say, well, you weren't supposed to be doing that. It's like, sure, but you're also a dumbass for having that available for public consumption if that's something that could bury your company. To me,
you have the same signs every week, you deserve to get your ass whooped. I mean, if you're scouting a future opponent and they have the same signs they used back at the game you were sitting at, I mean, you deserve to get your ass whooped. I mean, I was at D2 Fair State. We changed our signs every week and then had signs for the change signs. Like,
come on, bro. So
yeah, it's ridiculous.
Get them kids some technology. Put the microphone or put the receiver in their ear.
All of them can't do it. Well, you're slipping.
Use signs in my
Hey, you know what else all of them can't do? Pay $3 million to get the best player.
The best receiver.
Your point, Frame. Facts.
You picking and choosing when you want to be say this is an advantage and when it's not.
Yo, that's why I don't fool with the NCAA. It's a joke. I say it to y'all in the text messages all the NCAA, the rules and how they govern. It's a joke.
Hey man, cue that 2 Chainz NCAA song, man. Dun-dun-dun-dun.
I'm gonna play. I'm be fresh as hell when the feds watch. All right, I do got this last video to show. This is my man Chris Bayless. He's like a big time Michigan beat writer. Him and this other guy, Doug Skeen, who used to play for Michigan back in the day. And they actually, for the most part, they be keeping it real. It is some other Michigan guys. I won't say their names, who's just like diehard. The Michigan never did nothing wrong. So, but they said kind of what I was thinking, man, in regards to like, hey, if you're not changing your plays, you're an idiot. Granted, we shouldn't be doing that. But again, Ryan Day, this is possibly your job on the line, right? And you're not putting, let's just do the same stuff every single week, dog. So to me,
you're doing it every week. You deserve to get beat.
And then he also speaks to our favorite Ohio State fans who said we only beat them last year because of that. Take a listen and we'll revisit it after. Y'all see that?
Yep.
Yeah.
This guy does not take losing very well. And I want to make something else very clear here, too. There was a Yahoo article that before the 2022 game, Ohio State was well aware that Michigan was doing this, or at least trying to steal their signals, so they changed things up. So there are no excuses for the 2022 game. I'm sorry. You got your ass kicked at home. You got beat 28-3 in the second half. So if you had any evidence in the first half that Michigan was stealing your signs, you had.
Oh, damn. We get hit with it. Oh my gosh.
We promoting somebody else stuff.
Plenty of opportunity. And I get that, it's not so easy to change things up. Well, yeah, it is. You can.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's.
You can send your quarterback to the sideline. Hey, number
Like
one,
Michigan State
and
did.
like Michigan State did, and say, okay, and what UNLV did in the fourth quarter of their game. If you go back and watch the film, when they thought, and we've heard from our national sources that UNLV is another one that brought it to the NCAA's attention. I have not verified that, but I wanted to say that is from somebody who heard that is a national writer. But to me, okay, so you've got no excuses. Number two. Man, are you know what the whining going on here and suggesting that that's the only reason that Michigan kicked your butt, to me is way over the top.
Well, Ballison, last week when we talked, I had said that if you're a football coach in America and you have your system, whatever that system is to get plays onto the field in your short huddle or at the line of scrimmage through cadences or whatever, if you're not changing them up on a regular basis, then you're a dumbass. You should be doing this all the time. It's crazy that coaches would be presumptuous enough, I guess is the word, or not think that someone can figure it out. I mean, take away the advanced scouting that Michigan is alleged to have been conducting themselves doing, just the game day stuff. I mean, there's enough television copy out there. There's enough YouTube videos out there. People in the stadium with their cell phones. I don't know if you caught this last night. I'm watching a football game, the Ohio State-Wisconsin game. Dave Portnoy's at Wisconsin recording it and putting it on Twitter. And I thought that was a hilarious, activity for him to take. And obviously he's making a point that if you're not changing up your system to get your plays in the field and constantly throwing a defense off, then that's your fault to a degree. And I'm not dismissing the allegations here of what's going on, but just as a general practice, I mean, going back 30 years when we were there, we had a different system, but we had built into the system dummy calls and fakes and opposites, because we knew by the end of the game, this defensive front and when the defense was out there, the offensive front was going to figure out the calls. So we had to have something built in to change it up, to keep people guessing. And I don't know, maybe I'm just old school. If coaches have forgotten or gotten away from that in the last 10, 15 years, when good grief, when everybody, you watch college football and the quarterback's out there, calls for the ball, and then he stops and everybody looks to the sideline and gets to play. Right. If coaches aren't thinking that maybe I should have a curveball or two in there, then you're a dumbass.
What do you get if you're not doing that? What are you getting paid for? Because you're getting paid. You're getting paid upwards of $9 million a year. If you're not switching stuff up, you getting paid for no reason.
We said 30 years ago, bro. They had
we ain't paying you just to look good on the sideline.
But this is I had somebody text me and say, this is the biggest cheating scandal in sports history. I was like, bruh, for something Beetlejuice can attain with his phone.
You can't argue with fools because fools don't know what's what, man.
It's
Jay-Z.
ridiculous, dog.
It's something so precious, dog. And think about this. In high school, you can do it, and in the pros, you can do it. They said this rule wasn't invented, it wasn't put on the books because it was a competitive advantage. They put on the books because back in 94, when it came a law, it said, or when it came a rule, they said that every school just couldn't afford to go to the other games.
Right.
So you can't go anymore because they can't afford to go. Not that we think it's going to help you if you want to go look at the game, but also, you know what's the rule? Regardless of filming, you can't even go to the game, right? So I can't go watch the game, but I can get the full film of the game. Let's just take the filming out of it. So it just shows that every rule isn't put in place just because they're saying it's like this massive advantage, because you can't even go watch the game, which going to watch the game alone can't be an advantage without filming.
Right.
You can watch the game on the recording.
Witch hunt, bro.
Again, it's the NCAA and its rules, man.
Yeah,
what are you gonna do?
So
just real quick, just this point. This is my last thing I'll say about it. The Ohio State factor of it. We beat them in the last 2 years, right? And what was the biggest change of us beating them? It wasn't our team got that much better, you know what I mean? It wasn't that. It was Urban Meyer left. And you're not as good of a coach as him, so we're gonna beat your ass. It had nothing to do it wasn't like an epiphany, like, oh, we're better than them this year, because Urban Meyer's a great coach, bro. And I think, Trent, you alluded to it, and I was talking to some of my coworkers today, like, I heard something about Urban Meyer talking to Michigan State, and I was like, shit, if we didn't have Harbaugh and they would have been like, Urban Meyer's talking to Michigan, I'd be like, yeah, come on, dog. You're a proven winner. Shit, I want a ring.
I was calling for him to replace Harbaugh for a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man. Come on, fam. We'll take you. Like, just that's the Ohio State side of it. I can see, like, they don't like us. I get that. But, bro, at least look at it objectively. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've been beating y'all's ass because one of the best coach y'all ever had left. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like we just started getting 5-star recruits in. We've been getting the same amount. We've been, like, ending up in the same, like, top 10.
Hella cats in the league.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
So we can move on. But I mean, just from this specific thing, but I still want to talk about this season in regards to, because now what I've been hearing is the word asterisks, right? So here's my take on that. Y'all tell me what y'all think. So far they say we've played damn near, you know how they talk about our schedule before.
We don't play nobody.
Look, we ain't played nobody, but now that this sign stealing thing has come out, all of a sudden people are saying we might have lost one of those games, right? And it's like, y'all just said we had the worst schedule in America, so keep the same energy. If you think, put it like this, if you think we would have lost any of those games without sign stealing, you're done now. This conversation. Get the next person in here.
Get the grown-ups back in the room. Yeah. All the kids leave.
I'm done with you. So we can say that I can confidently say we would have won every one of those games comfortably without any sign stealing, right? So moving forward, we have Purdue this week, Penn State on the road, Maryland on the road, I believe, Ohio State at home. So there you go. The two biggest games. This is the hardest part of our schedule. Everybody said their season's going to boil down to this. Safe to say that they will not be using the same signals, and we won't have any advantage signal-wise as they say we have, right? So let's say we go to beat Penn State's ass, which I believe we will.
Oh, we most definitely will beat that.
Yep. And then we handle Purdue, Maryland. We get to Ohio State at the crib. Let's say we popped in, which I think we will.
Most definitely.
We go to the Big Ten championship. We play whoever sorry-ass team out of the West. If whoever it may be. We beat their ass. We go to the playoffs. We whoop ass in the first round, semis, go win a natty in the national championship. No signals. So therefore, you can say we went through our hardest part of the schedule, the part that everybody else who said your schedule ain't
everybody
shit,
was waiting
we ain't gonna learn nothing about you until you play those games. Don't say we sold signs. What happens then if we go and beat their asses and win the natty? You're still gonna say asterisks. And I say, if you say, I heard one of the rebuttals to that was, well, everybody had to change their signs. Then they fucked up their games. I was like, that's a lazy ass take.
That
they
is
didn't
that's
do their
terrible.
homework on that one.
Hey, just like the last duo said, you're supposed to be doing that anyway. You're supposed to be changing your signs anyway, so that can't be an excuse.
That
Narrative.
removes full asterisk. Get it up out of here, because anybody who could think logically could say we would have beaten those teams without signals. And these teams, it's clear and evident the cat was out the bag. We didn't have no advantage. Now what? What now? What's going to be next?
Have y'all seen the clip of Aiden Hutchinson? He just destroyed that offensive line.
Tackle from Ohio State.
How does signs have anything to do with that, dog? That's just like, I'm better than you as a player. Like,
and it got to a point in that Ohio State game where everybody and their mama knew we were running.
They couldn't stop it. Like, how was that sign stealing?
We bullied you.
That's imposing your will.
Hey,
every coach wants to do. We're gonna impose our will on you.
We're gonna look at your defensive signs and then decide to just run it anyway. Gonna run it.
And Ohio State fans got some nerve. Bro, you know how much cheating they've been doing over the years? They were like
Tressel, Urban Meyer.
Come on, dog. Come on. We gonna take
that two gate.
Bruh. My the Ohio State fan, he acts like they're just the cleanest program on the planet, dog. I'm like, yo, I pulled up articles of Tressel. Like, he was like, oh, that's like an NIL issue. I'm like, yeah, he was trying to find a way to pay these kids when you couldn't.
Before NIL deals existed.
Way before.
That's cheating.
Dog.
If everybody could pay their players, he got an advantage from having good players because he found a way to try to pay them. Like,
he was cheating ahead of his time.
Just what you said, Train. Like, if you got a bigger bag, then you can pay them. They gonna come to your school. And then Urban Meyer. I went back to articles about Florida. I'm like, y'all have a cheater,
bro. No, I've heard stories about Florida, bro. I've heard stories about Florida,
bro. It was the Wild Wild West. I watched the Netflix documentary, dog.
Oh, yeah.
It was the Wild Wild West, dog.
They used to have to get them from jail, bro.
No rule. And again, that's my issue with the NCAA, dog. Is how does that happen and no investigation? Nothing. Aaron Hernandez was bringing guns into the club, dog.
He shot some folks and got suspended a quarter.
We're not even. There wasn't even an article about there being an investigation, yo. It's so. Who gets investigated and why they get investigated? It's just all over the map. It's just like throwing darts at a board, and they're like, "Oh yeah."
Again, I'm not saying we didn't do nothing wrong, but please stop.
Right.
Please stop. We're the only ones out here wilding out. Like, everybody pouring it on every big program. It's like, fam, please, let's not pull back the curtains on what I'm sure you got going on. All just ain't got caught. So,
and that's my thing is, how are we getting caught?
Like, what he did was stupid the way he went about it. So,
but I mean, like, is there an NCAA rep just sitting at the game like, oh no, I see it? Like, I don't understand how you have Aaron Hernandez going into the club with guns shooting people, and that program where it is Georgia, what's going on? It's all in the media here, but then the NCAA doesn't do anything, doesn't even launch an investigation, I don't even want these programs to get sanctioned or nothing. I just want you to keep the same energy from program to program.
Keep the same energy, bro.
I ain't even know no do them worse than us. I'm on just like, yo, what's up? Can we get a story, breaking news story or something? Like, what y'all doing out here?
It's like,
what is the level of wins that you get investigated? Because it seems like ours is minimal.
It's the cop who's sitting on the middle of the freeway and said that car's going 90, that car's going 90, that car's going 90. Fuck it, pick him.
I use that
last one. Hey, you're the last one. Gotta get him.
I use that analogy with a dude on the X. I'm like, bruh, like, we all speed every day. If the speed limit is 35, I'll go on 36. I'm speeding. But the cop pulls over, he pulls me over, and the person's going 40, I'm going 36. I can't sit up there and say, oh no, you can't pull me over. I was speeding too. Like,
bruh,
they just get to choose who they pick.
That happened to me. I did a legal turn right after somebody just did it. Cop saw me, or saw both of us. It was a big old truck too, one human truck, one of them blood donor trucks. And I was like, bro, what's up, man? Like, Like, why you getting me? He's like, you was last, bro. I was like, shit, I can't even say nothing.
Hey, that's exactly what the NCAA be doing. Like, hey, Dud, you rolled the dice and it happens to be you.
It ain't personal, fam.
Right,
It ain't
but
personal.
But then when you go back to what that article I showed earlier, where they're making statements out of turn on, it shows like we got a hard on for you. You know what I'm saying? So
that's my conclusion.
Nobody on here has said we didn't do whatever happened. I think we're all in agreement that like acting like this is Spygate. But if they tell us we had practice tapes, we had a playbook, we had communication to their headphones, I promise you on everything I love, I'll be like, bro, that's too far.
Yeah, we in the wrong.
But you're telling me that I did the most egregious thing that, like they said, Dave Portnoy from Barstool, he went to the Ohio State game last week and was he had his phone and was recording them on the sideline. Oh, this the big deal. I'm doing it right now. He was like, right. Anybody else in this motherfucker can do it too. He was like, but this is the end all to be all of cheating, scandals, advantages. Just disregard the $3 million bag that they threw this man to leave his school. But I digress.
I was about to say, we digress.
Jeez. All right. Moving on to Michigan State, because we never did get to get off on these bums. Again, they were running to the sideline, not throwing any signals, and this was our best game to date. But 49-0. Prediction-wise, what are we looking like?
I'm gonna wait. I think I won.
What?
Did you get one, B?
I think I did 63-10.
He was at 53. I'm at 42.
King did 52-10.
Are we going over or under or what?
Closest. Okay, B won.
Yeah, he got it.
Then. Yeah.
Finally,
he said, "I think I got one."
Yeah.
Congratulations, brother, man.
So what is it then? It's 4-3-1.
Oh, yes, sir. Hey, hold on, dog. Hey, man, I just want to dust the dust off my shoulders. You know what I'm saying? Take this time.
Warming up, dog.
All the people that stuck with me through this trying time. Oh, 3-1. Hey, man, I ain't get shut out this year. I knew I was gonna get that win. I knew it would come.
Congratulations,
man.
Appreciate y'all, man. You made Stacey Patton work.
So I got last. All right. But I do want to talk briefly about the game. I mean, 49-0 dominant fashion. JJ looked phenomenal again, right? That was like a Heisman-ish type game, the way he played. Yes. Some of those passes he threw, I mean, back shoulders, zipping it over dudes' helmets, right on the money on ropes, scrambling out of the pocket, hitting people on run. I mean, bro, he's getting better and better. And like we've said, this is by far the best quarterback we've had at Michigan. And I'm saying that like confidently and by far and away he is. So last we seen, JJ had he was tops or tied. Was it tied for tops Heisman odds now?
He was a top.
Okay, yep. Tops for Heisman odds. But that game was huge for him. Defense, I mean, total domination. I think I don't even remember the number of yards Michigan State had. It was just terrible. I think the first half they had like, I don't even know, was it 30?
They had 182 total yards the whole game.
That's just terrible. It's just disgraceful.
Couldn't run, couldn't pass it. Mikey got a pick 6 to the crib.
Sure.
And then even McBurrows got his get back with a pick after getting pieced up in the tunnel.
They showed that film. I was like, dang, they wasn't playing. Help me, please.
I mean, I don't know if y'all want to add to that, but anything that stood out to y'all in the game we want to talk about, I'm always down to get at them.
I mean, the score said everything that I need to say about the game. I just want to point out, we're showing mercy to y'all team, dog. Our starters are out in the third quarter. And that's all I want to point out is y'all getting mercy shown to y'all, man. And y'all just can't let us live.
Dominance.
Like that score, if we kept the starters in, could have got way uglier than that, man. We could have shamed your program, dog. That 70 ball would have been real realistic.
Real.
That's all I got to say about that.
What I want to say is, I was gonna bring another case to the court, but it got derailed by all this hoopla and all this media frenzy. I was gonna bring the case of Edwards versus converting to wide receiver, but we'll say that for another time. You know what I mean? But no, I want to just point out the tight ends, man. They had some great plays. They balled out.
Barner breakout.
Yeah. They showed teams another aspect of what we can do to them. So that just made teams more, focus more on scouting us, recruiting us, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they might be stealing our signs. You know what I'm saying? How come ain't nobody looked into that? You know what I mean?
Got more weapons.
Tight ends balled out, bro. Like in our defense, they stood tall. Yeah, man. I mean,
and it seemed like that was what we went. I saw before the game they were saying like Michigan State's pass defense is weak, but they were like especially in the middle, like all through the middle, safeties, linebackers, and that's exactly what we targeted. I mean,
attacked them, bro. You had passes like you said, whizzing by his head. Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
Stupid.
So, anyways, we'll move on from them. Let's get to Purdue this week. Purdue is not too hot. The game is this is a home game, right? Or away? It's a home.
Yeah, verse. Yeah, it's home.
Okay, so home game versus Purdue, and isn't it a late start? So we got another night game.
7:30 NBC.
7:30 night game. So, in a way, man, I'm thinking that, like, and I'm going off like this team seems really, really focused. Like nothing seems to be able to really derail them, and it could go one or two ways for most teams, right? Hey, this is a huge distraction. And we're going to come out and be a little flat and just like, damn, like we ain't focused. But it seems like with all these, we've talked about it before, all these leaders on this team, like, I think they're going to take it as like, y'all are trying to get down on us, call us like we ain't what we ain't, y'all saying we ain't what we know we are. Watch this. Like, I wouldn't be shocked now, dog, if Harbaugh leaves, like, for real. Hey, JJ, you going all the way through. We're about to drop 80 on these clowns. You know what I'm saying? Just to let y'all know, okay, ain't no sign stealing going on. We know that. Now what?
I forgot to say it too, man. When I just got caught up in the, saying everything, but I was gonna say this is gonna make us stronger. That locker room gonna be tight, bro.
They could take it as disrespect. I mean, I don't know how you see it, but it could go.
No, it's us against the world, and that's the narrative they're giving us. Because like we pointed out throughout this whole podcast. Just with the people, the energy that they're giving us, that we walking this fine line and walking on eggshells, because anything and everything we do is getting put out in the national media. They just, like King just said, they bringing our locker room closer. It's us against everybody.
Yeah, dog. Period. Couldn't agree more. So let's get it. Let's get to some predictions. I mean, Purdue, what's their record? Are they
2-6?
2-6. So again, we don't need to go deep into the Purdue roster. I know.
I just heard like one of the keys I read in the article to winning was contain their edge rushers. That's about it. Everything else was like empty. Like start fast, and they'll turn it over. So.
I'm pretty sure their edge rushers do ball against Origami State. They're not going to do nothing versus our tax.
Origami. I guess I came in last, so I got to go first.
The line is at 32.5 right now.
Came in last week, but still in first overall. But
man. Let me just put that out there. Also, hey, Sandwich on the Bednarik Award list, so shout out.
The Bednarik.
Man. Bednarik.
That's for
Shoot, I wrote it down.
No, I thought Bednarik that's not linebacker. That's why I was confused. I thought that
but
was.
I mean, he's like the
Lombard. He's like the kind of corner cover, like the nickel type cover corner.
Hey,
no, you're probably right. I'm probably
somebody capping.
It's hard to remember which each award name is for.
Hey, but maybe that's the reason we're winning. We got really good players.
Nope, not at all.
You pay me.
All right, so King, you said that line was 32 points.
32.5.
All right, I'm gonna go with I'll go with 48-7. Yep, it's on you, King.
I'm gonna go 49-0.
Daggone it. That's exactly what I was about to pick.
It's the pros and the cons are going last, man.
Right.
Somebody can steal your thunder.
I'm trying to factor in, you know what I'm saying, coming off a bye week, we got to get our oil back warm, you know what I mean? I'll go 42-0.
Oh, so all I got to do is hope for a 46-point win.
I was an English major. I can't do my math that quick.
Damn. There it is.
All right.
They're in.
The numbers are in. Keen, talk to us about the gram. What we got popping?
We're on the gram at the Michigan Man Cave Podcast. Been active. Shout out to Christian Anderson, man. He just transferred to Oak Hill. He's Michigan basketball commit. He be sending me his clips. I post them. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, maybe one day, if he'll bless us with his presence, you know what I'm saying? We'll be gracious to him. But no, he's a cool dude. Like he responds and stuff. So shout out to Christian Anderson, 2020.
And he from the A.
Yeah, yep, from Georgia. Yep. Love it, Georgia. He went to high school.
Yeah.
He's transferred to Oak Hill. So he just had like 29.
Got off.
He's a baller, bro. And he got taller and he's dunking now like with ease. So like,
come on, Christian, come hop on the cast.
Come on, bro. But yeah, Michigan Man Cave Podcast on IG. We be live every halftime. So about 8:30ish, we're gonna be on there Saturday. Fuck with us.
Rest in peace, Bob Knight. Just got the alert. He died.
Dang. R.I.P.
Just a sidebar. We was talking Big Ten hoops. So
dang,
bro. Anyways, go ahead, B. What we got popping on X? The Wild X.
Oh, we on the X. Everything's jumping off. I've been posting, but I've been righteously defending and getting into arguments back and forth with Ohio State fans and Penn State fans and any other fans that's been coming for our dogs, man, because they're trying to diminish this season and put an asterisk by it, and I ain't having it.
I ain't having it.
The reason we winning is because we're better than you. And that's what that lion is for right there. We the big dogs of the Big Ten, but look at my name at Man on Mike 2. That's the name that comes up if you type in the Michigan Man Cave Podcast. So don't act like you in the wrong place. You know what I'm saying? Support, follow. It's been a good time this year connecting with a lot of different Michigan fans. So we're gonna continue to do that. And hopefully we get some collaborations. But my last thing is I commend this panel because we don't have those blinders on like some fans. You know what I'm saying? We're objective and we sitting up there like we know we did something, but we ain't acting like it's like the biggest thing in the world. You know what I mean?
That shit don't stink.
The fact that we can be objective as Michigan fans is something that I appreciate with a lot of other Michigan fans, is because I'm seeing in these arguments, other fans don't do that. They're just blindly just blindly saying stuff like Train pointed out.
It's all a hoax. We didn't do nothing type stuff.
Yeah, like it's just ridiculous the holier and thou attitude you get from other fans and other programs. Mostly those Buckeyes down there, man. It's crazy, and that's the reason why I don't like them.
They ain't objective.
And bruh, I think we about to beat. I think this team is about to.
They keep lauding their defense.
Dog.
They keep lauding their defense, but we're subbing in and out 8 to 9 D linemen, dog. Like we don't
and we still only giving up 5.9 points a game.
And we're pissed. We're gonna be pissed, dog. Period. And just to briefly speak on the rankings that they came out with, I'm happy that they're ahead of us.
Yep, me too.
Even more ammunition. Yep. So
their 70 ball is coming. It's coming. Because that's a game Harbaugh won't pull us out or pull the starters out.
Oh, hell no. Look, I hope it gets to a point where that's a decision.
Right.
Hang them high.
Anyways, nothing else for the greater good. We'll tap back in with y'all. If y'all like what y'all see, make sure to send this to somebody. Subscribe to the page.
Yes, sir.
We'll see y'all next week after we 9-0.
9-0.
Be 9-0. Go Blue.
Go Blue.